Well, hello. Oh my gosh. If you were just in our Zoom, I apologize from the bottom of my heart. That was interesting. We had some troll pop in there doing very inappropriate things while we were in the middle of our class. So I decided to close it and start over as a Facebook Live. So, hello, friends. If you didn't even know that we were doing that Facebook Live, we do them every Monday, but I may switch them to to Facebook Lives, because that was a little traumatizing. I'm using a little bit of frankincense. I just put on some marjoram and valor. Woo! And I really apologize to anybody that was in there and seen the things that you seen that we shouldn't have been seeing, and heard the things we shouldn't have been hearing. And I was trying to block them, but I wasn't quick enough, and I panicked, so I just ended the whole thing. So, anyways, on that note, hello guys. This is the first Facebook Live I have done in a long time. So it's kind of fun to be on here as a little sneak peek. I am going to be doing Facebook Lives every single Saturday and possibly on Mondays, because I don't know. I don't know about that. But today's class is just us celebrating the fact that we still have 6 weeks, y'all. 6 weeks of summer left. Can we stop with the Halloween and pumpkin lattes? I cannot believe that we're already seeing that kind of stuff. So we need to skip all that and let's enjoy the moment. Let's enjoy summer. Summer, the way it is right now, I am loving it. I am an outdoor kind of girl. I love all of my seasons, but I want to enjoy all of them to the best. And summer swimming, that's my thing. That is the one that just does it for me, is being out there and swimming in my pool. And we are going to talk about what we do in my pool, along with what we do when we go anywhere, when we go swimming and doing stuff, and how we keep our body nice, strong, and healthy in the process. So because I am super sensitive to different toxins, I can't use a traditional pool. Like, I can't use regular chlorine. So these are some of the things that we do. You do you, boo. At the end of this, I even have a spray that you can use that will take the, if you've been in a chlorinated pool, it will clean your body up and help restore you. So we got you covered either way. But our pool is just a 24 by 15 by 52 inches. So I'm 60 inches. Mine is 52 inches deep. So it works really well for me. Brian's 6 foot tall. So he's down a little bit more on it, but I absolutely love it. I go out there, I do my Tai Chi in my water, I do my water aerobics, I do exercises on the pool, I float in my pool and do absolutely nothing. I love my pool. It is my thing, I'm just saying. And it's one of those things that I truly enjoy doing. So I have to make sure it's clean. So the first thing we do is we use a sand filter. So it is a sand filter that we added diatomaceous earth to. So diatomaceous earth is old dirt, like they say millions of years old. It's old dirt, and it has diatoms in there, and the diatoms are able to filter out all of the algae and all of the critters, everything that tries to build up in your pool. It takes it down to zero point 0.3 microns by using diatomaceous earth. So we use pool sand, and then to that we add about 3 cups of diatomaceous earth, and then we change our sand and diatomaceous earth about every 4 weeks, depending on how somewhere between 3 and 4 weeks. We always change that. And then every 3 days, we use Thieves Cleaner. We put Thieves Cleaner right into the actual filter, and we use a 1/2 cup to 3/4 of a cup, depending on a few things. Like if it's been raining or we've had a whole bunch of people in the pool, I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup about every 3 days. If it hasn't rained, it's nice and sunny, because sun will help keep your pool clean as well, as long as you're not worried about algae, which we have never had a problem with. But it's just ways to keep it clean. So 1/2 cup, 1/4 of a cup to 3/4 of a cup, depending on what's happened. If there's been rain, we always go 3/4 of a cup. And then to that, we also add essential oils. You know, I'm an essential oil girly. Like, y'all should know that about me by now. I'm all about the oils, right? So even in my pool, we turned it kind of into a spa. So we use Epsom salt, which is just granulated magnesium, and we add our essential oils to that magnesium. We squish it around, and then we spread that throughout the pool, and we do that about every 3 days as well. So we use lots of different oils. Eucalyptus globulus is a favorite. I love that aroma. It just feels like I'm really at a spa and getting that day treatment. But we use lavender, we use, oh goodness, peppermint, we use geranium. I really like geranium. I use that in there. And it just kind of depends on what's going on. If I'm feeling achy breaky, then I might use some marjoram in there. It's always different. So we're getting magnesium into the pool, which also is an element that helps to keep the pool clean. It also keeps my cells clean. So when I'm absorbing it, I'm absorbing that magnesium. If our pH is a little bit low, then I might use baking soda instead of magnesium that particular time. And same thing, it would, for my magnesium, I use half a cup to a cup, just depending. So because magnesium is a mineral, every time I add it, I'm just adding more magnesium. So that water has a lot of magnesium floating around because I did it last summer as well. Then it's the same water that we're using this year, and we keep adding that magnesium so that there's a lot of magnesium in my pool. And then on top of it, like I said, when the pH is low, I want to raise my pH, and I do that with baking soda. And that just depends. Sometimes, because it's every 3 days that I add the oils and the baking soda or Epsom salt to it, and I'll add half a cup, quarter of a cup of baking soda, depending on what the pH says. We have a little monitor in there that tells us all the time what the alkalinity and temperature is. So we just watch that. If it happens to be perfection, then we just use Epsom salt instead of baking soda. If it goes high, if there's too much alkalinity, then we have a pool party. We have everybody come over because the best way to lower that pH is to get in the water because your body is going to get in there and make some big differences for it. So those are some of the things that we do. I do not put the oils or the magnesium or the baking soda in the actual filter. That's just where I put the I got a fly trying to get me. That's just where I put the thieves cleaner. Everything else I just put in the pool, and we use our own body to mix it around because it's not a chemical and I don't have to worry about it. Make sure you get, I seen somebody comment about the diatomaceous earth for their pets. Make sure that you get pool diatomaceous earth. It's just been cleaned a few more times so that you don't have to worry about getting any other parts in there. What you sprinkle on the ground for ants and bugs and fleas and put on your dog's back and stuff, it doesn't have to be quite as pristine. So you're going to get pool quality diatomaceous earth. So does it really make a difference? I don't know. I haven't used the other kind, but it seems logical to me that that would be the stuff. So let's see what else. So because of that, I don't have to do chlorine. Now, if you would go swimming in a chlorinated pool, like we went to Florida in January, and so we made sure we were taking a whole lot of vitamin C because vitamin C and chlorine and fluoride, they all use the same receptors. So when you have a lot of vitamin C, it helps to clean out the receptors so you don't get that chlorine overloaded. Then I'm going to tell you a spray that you can use as well that we also put the vitamin C in as well. So if I'm going to the lake or the ocean, even when I go outside in my own backyard, I make sure that I am putting a little protection on my feet before I go out. So I take my oils and I slather them on my feet. You know, I use things like thieves on my feet, and I use things like even, you know what? If I'm at the beach and I'm doing stuff, I will use Thieves hand sanitizer on my feet just to make sure that while I'm out doing my stuff, I'm not picking up anything I don't want to pick up. And we go to the beach probably once, maybe twice a week. I sound really lazy now that I'm looking at all the times we play. It's all for exercise. Exercise is good, friends. So I do that, and I also want to make sure that my skin is healthy. We really got to talk about this. I think there's confusion on why we burn. So one of the first things I want to tell you when you're going outside and doing, so I am outside like all the time. So all the time. And let's see, I do have a couple of little tan lines. So that's about the extent of my tan line. Because my skin is healthy, I want you to know that we were made, and when God made us, I'm a Christian, you better deal with that first up front. I believe the Word of God, front page, last page, 7 days of creation, hook, line, and sinker, girlfriend buys it all, right? So when He made us, He put us in the Garden of Eden, and He didn't give us sunblock, and He didn't give us little hats and little stuff for over our arms. He didn't just put us in that garden. He said, take care of the soil. So get in there and do some work. We were supposed to work and till the soil. We were put there. Our skin literally has receptors for the sun. It soaks in sunlight, and that sunlight is so much more. It's UVA, UVB, infrared, far infrared. All these different things we are getting when we go outside. But here's some things you gotta understand. Your pineal gland, this one right here, it absorbs the sunlight, but your eyeballs have to see the sunlight. Most people are walking around with their sunglasses on outside, and your skin doesn't know it's in the sun. because it doesn't know it's in the sun, it doesn't make any changes. It doesn't have a clue because you're blocking the rays. Some of those don't just block the light. Some of those literally have on there their UVA protection, UVB protection, because they don't want those rays getting in. If the rays don't get in, the pineal gland doesn't know. So here's my first recommendation. First, I'm not telling you to go outside and stare at the sun. This is not a good activity. Please do not go out there and be like, Shannon said stare at the sun. That's a whole different thing. What I'm saying is when you go outside, give that first 15, 20 minutes of diffused, reflected sunlight. So even if I am not staring at the sun, the way the rays work, they bounce. They bounce all over. So if they're bouncing, I will get diffused UVA, UVB, and beautiful infrared, far infrared. And what happens with that far infrared and the infrared, why you hear those saunas are so good, but we can get that outside. The reason it's so good is they go in and through the skin and they actually hit your bones. They hit the fluid that goes around your brain and down your spinal column. They're hitting all the things. They're cleaning it, rejuvenating it, and it's so good for you. But your body has to know there's sun, because if it doesn't know there's sun, you're going to burn and you're going to say, Shannon got me burnt. It is not my fault if your eyeballs don't know it, because you got to do it. There's a couple other things like vitamin B. Vitamin B, especially B2, very powerful for your skin, for those receptors, so that it works, so that you absorb that sunlight the way you're supposed to, so that you don't burn when you go outside, so that your body goes, oh, yay, because we shouldn't burn all the time. Now, again, there are hours to be safe. If I go out between 11 and 1, I will probably use our sunblock. So Young Living has an amazing sunblock that you can put all over you. It is perfect for our babies. It's great for my 3 and 5-year-old use it, and they've used it since the first time they went outside when they were babies. It is wonderful. It is a moisturizing sunblock. It has a non-nanoparticle zinc is the number one ingredient there. It's zinc oxide, but then it is packed with oils, and I wrote them down so you would realize what you are getting in this beautiful, beautiful blend. I'm on the wrong page. Let's see. You get, so it's non-nano zinc oxide. It is MCT, beeswax, castor oil. How many times have I told you guys you need castor oil? That's a class all on its own. Coconut oil. It has vitamin E in there. It also has heliochrysum, lavender, myrrh, cistus, ylang ylang, carrot seed oil, and sacred frankincense. Can we just say healthy, beautiful skin? Like, this is one that you need to slather on your body so that when you're out there between that 11 and 1, or if you read their information between 10 and 4, I couldn't even not be out there between 10 and 4. I'm out there all day long. I'm just saying. So those are things. Vitamin B, huge and important. Take your vitamin B. Make sure your kids are getting their vitamin B. There is vitamin B in our kids' Mighty Vites, so the kids can be taking their Mighty Vites. They're going to get that in there. And then we also have our new Inner Boost. Our Inner Boost and Balance has more vitamin B in there. So put that in your water and be drinking it, so you're getting your vitamin Bs, so your skin can be healthy and gorgeous and beautiful, and you can absorb the sun and not be afraid. So take the sunglasses off, at least for the first 20 minutes. I know you don't want to be doing this. I'll tell you the other thing, your eyes get used to it and you don't squint as much. I'm just saying, you do you, boo. But that's a big one. So let's see, when I get out of the pool, I forgot to share this with you. When I get out of the pool, I didn't bring it in. I love on my skin the second I get out of the pool. So one of the things that, so I've lost almost a whole human being. I have lost 200 and 5 pounds. It will literally be half my body weight. Like what I weigh today, I've lost that and 5 more pounds. But anyways, I have really worked hard at keeping my skin nice and tight so that I don't have all the sag and the drag and everything. Now, I will be honest, my belly is really long. Like the skin is really sagging. On my thighs, it's sagging. I know it's TMI, you weren't asking. But one of the things that I do is I have a spray that I use the minute I get out of the water. And even if I'm going to go swimming again, it's okay. I can spray it on again because it's just the magnesium. So I'm going to give you my spray recipe because I know I've rambled it before, but I never actually wrote it down. So this is the spray that I use when I get out of the pool. Where is my spray? Here we go. Okay, so I use magnesium oil. So magnesium oil, I use Ancient Minerals magnesium oil. I am now opening a couple of our capsules of our super magnesium and putting it in there well and shaking it up. So that's got that in there as well. I put mineral essence in there. So I know you guys are going to go, how much of everything? I don't know about that much. I would say probably the magnesium oil. It's like the bottom of the spray bottle. It's about, I don't know, the bottom of this. I put some magnesium oil in there. And then I put some mineral essence in there because we absorb that through our skin and your skin will suck it up. I put a little bit of sulfurzyme in there. So I opened 3 capsules of sulfurzyme and I put it in the container. And then I do Epsom salt for emulsification. So I take Epsom salt, which again, that's just magnesium salt. That's all it is. And I put all the oils I'm going to tell you into the Epsom salt. I squish it around. I use a funnel and I drop that right into the spray bottle and I shake it up. And I also use Celtic sea salt in there because again, we're absorbing all of those good things through our skin. So I spray it all over my chest. I spray it in my hair. I'm going to tell you about the oils that I put in there and you're going to understand why. And it's so good for your scalp and getting your hair growing long. I don't know if you guys remember the bald spots I had after being in ICU, and I don't have that anymore. I got big, thick, gorgeous hair, and I'm telling you, it's because of the spray that I do. In addition to that, I crush up 2 to 4 Super C. So if I'm going to be in my own pool and I know it's all good for me, I do 2. If I'm going to be in a lake, an ocean, or a different person's pool, I crush up around 4 of our Super C. And all you need to crush them is a plate and a cup, and I go squish, 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 because they're going to powder. I'm going to put them in the container. I'm going to shake, and they'll dissolve. It takes about 20 minutes, and they're all dissolved, and you're going to be absorbing that C. C is fantastic for you, the elasticity in your skin. So that's one of the things that I do. So the oils that I put in there. So my basic, my baseline always in there is frankincense and myrrh. I've said it before. I was good enough for baby Jesus is good enough for Shannon, and those are so good for the skin anyways. But then I do other things. Like I will do cedar wood. You know I love my cedar wood. Cedar wood is very calming to the brain, so it can just quiet down because I am a list maker. I'm always thinking of 10,000 things I need to do. Cedar wood lets that quiet down. I do the same thing with lavender, rosemary. So you know the mermaid spray that they do for your hair is cedar wood, rosemary, and lavender. So I already have those in there. That's why I go ahead and I spray my spray all over and I just massage it in. And like I said, I'm outside anyways. My hair is usually up on top of my head when I'm at the lake or whatever. And so if my hair looks wet, it doesn't matter. Everybody's at the lake, their hair should be wet. It just gets it in a little more often, especially in the summertime. If you can get that in there more, you're going to see good things. And not to mention what rosemary and cedar would do for your beautiful brain. Oh my goodness, they just love it. Then like if my legs are tight, you guys, I posted that picture of us going to the lake the other day with all those stairs. That I added cypress and lemongrass the next day because I needed a little TLC on my legs. That achiness, peppermint, marjoram, wintergreen, you can do that. If your veins need a little TLC, that cypress is fantastic. It just makes your legs feel more comfortable. I'm just saying. If you're feeling hormonal, first take your Progestins Plus, and then make sure you add clary sage and ylang ylang. Those are great oils to put in there, or spearmint, or endoflax. Whichever oils work for you, you're just going to make sure you add those oils to the Epsom salt first. If you just add those to the bottle, the oils and the water will separate. The sprayer is down here, so it's sucking water from here, but the oils are floating up here. So they're not really getting through it. When you add it to the Epsom salt, it gets it so that the whole container now has the magnesium, and now has the trace minerals, and now has all those oils. And so when I spray it all over, I'm getting all that good stuff. Just be cautious that you don't use any citrus oils. That's my real look in for sun sensitivity when you're figuring out which oils you're going to throw in there. This is a great way to use up those oils you don't know what to do with. You got free from Young Living because they're always blessing us with so much stuff. Use some of those oils. It's a great way to do that. Same thing for your pool in general. Other things that I take in the summertime when I'm outside is my Cool Azul. There is always Cool Azul. If you're ever out and about with me, I've got Cool Azul in my purse. That cream is a godsend. You're out and about and you scratched your knee, you're torqued your back, you whatever. You've got your Cool Azul right there. You can take care of it, put it on for you. I also always have hand sanitizer. Not just for my hands, also because I've got grandbabies. When they trip and fall and scrapes and boo-boos and all that stuff, first thing Gigi does is we grab our owie, we grab our purification, because I don't always have water handy, but I can put a little bit of it on there and we'll blow And then I know I can finish taking care of it when we get home, but they're safe in the meantime. I'm just saying, little bits of things we do. Making sure that you always have, a spray bottle with peppermint and Epsom salt. That is going to cool you off. So when you're really hot, you can just spray that along your neck and it will cool you off. Or in a roller. That's how Brian likes it. He likes it in a roll on so that he can just roll that right on. It cools him off. He feels really good. A water bottle. Make sure you're always got your water with you and add to it, especially if you're going to be out and about. We need those electrolytes, so make sure you're adding things like our amino wise to that. Add your Ningxia Red to that. Give a little nitro, a little zinc, whatever you got to do with those amino wise. Those are going to give you those electrolytes so that even if you're losing a lot of water, you're still going to feel good. All right, now let's see. What else did we have on here? Oh, our Lavaderm after sun spray. So this one is a blend of, I'm going to read the oils again. This is if you stayed out long and you got burnt or your eyes weren't accustomed yet and there's that burn. You can spray this all over because it's good. It's perfect for minor burns. It's good for cuts and scrapes. So you're out and about and they boo-boo their knee, spray that on there. That is going to, it's soothing. It's not warm at all. And it will clean it out, especially because it's a higher amount of fluid that's in there. And it is a blend of olive oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, jojoba oil, elderberry, lavender oil, Northern Lights black spruce, heliochrysum, and vitamin C. Are you kidding? It's all already in there. That is a powerhouse. It's a great moisturizer. It's one that you can use even on your face. You're going to spray it into your hand, rub it around, and make sure that you go all around. Don't actually get it in the eyes themselves, but you can rub it all over there. So if you're feeling that draggy, warm, tight skin after being outside, and you don't even see the burns, it's a good thing. It's for minor discomfort. It's a great one. Then we also have our Lavaderm Cooling Mist. So this one we can't say is good for burns. We cannot say that it is for boo-boos and abrasions. It was the first one that we had. The second one is the After Sun Spray. That one we can say is good for burns. But let me tell you what is in our Lavaderm Cooling Spray. See if it's familiar. So it's got aloe vera, potassium, sodium, lavender, ionic trace minerals that we just talked about, Northern Lights black spruce, heliochrysum, and vitamin C. So a lot of the ingredients in there overlap, but that one has those trace minerals in there. So I don't even know which one is better. You do you, boo. You figure out what works for you. Then we have our insect repellent. Y'all, I use our insect repellent, and I have since it came out. I love this stuff. It's always been really good, but we don't have a whole lot of bugs where we are. We live out in the boonies, and we're surrounded by farms, but we don't get a lot of bugs. Maybe it's because we got a lot of oils out all over. I don't know. We just don't. But we were this past weekend, we did a in the park party with Young Living, and we had a whole bunch of us, and we found just this little nook, this little park area that was, empty, and there were so many, not just mosquitoes, just bugs. Like, they were everywhere. It was pretty intense. And for me, I was using the insect repellent, and I was also rubbing on all my oils all day. We had citronella out and purification out and peppermint out and all the new stuff. And it's like we were oiling up, right? But what was crazy is all day long, the little mosquitoes were on you, and someone said, oh, there's one on your face, and mosquitoes were touching me, but I did not get bit one time. Like, I went home and I looked for them because I figured I was going to have to do my little oil dipping that I do. I did not have one single solitary bite. What I find really interesting is not only did I not have one single solitary bite, but so many of the people that went said the same thing. Our insect repellent is amazing. So let me tell you real quick everything that's in it, because I came home and I had to research. That's kind of how I work things, right? So it is, first of all, safe for babies, safe for kids, safe for adults, seniors. Everybody can use it. It has 99% active ingredients plus 1% vitamin E. And I submit to you, vitamin E is still an active ingredient. It's just that insect repellent, right? So this is in a base of sesame seed oil. It is citronella oil, lemongrass oil, rosemary oil, geranium oil, spearmint oil, thyme oil, and clove oil. And it kicks butt. One of my favorite things is that when we put it on my grands, it doesn't matter if they suck their hands. It doesn't matter if it gets on their face, because it's not going to hurt them. There are no toxins, no added garbage in there. and I love that. So I am a spray girl kind of person. I would much rather have a spray bottle or a roll-on than it comes in a it comes just like in a lid that you squirt, 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 and I feel like it comes out hard and it splatters. So I just pour mine straight, just the way it is, into a spray bottle, and I use it as a spray. I spray it all over the grands. It can stain your clothes because it does have that sesame oil, so be aware of that. You can spray it into your hands and rub it all over and not have to worry about it getting all of that. But I absolutely love it. And by Kelly Proctor, you know, you are loved. When I said to her, I said, I feel like there's one on my butt. I feel like I'm getting bit. And she came and she sprayed it all over her hands and did my whole back and my whole booty. Like, that's love. When you have a friend that will rub oils on your booty, that's love. So she rubbed it right over my pants, and I just really appreciate it. So let's see. Lavaderm, insect repellent, spray bottle. So I think that was all the summer stuff. So those are the types of things that I do. And then your basics, making sure you're taking your core supplements, making sure you're getting your master formula, your Nicorette. They're so important. So I'm not sure if we're going to switch back to Zooms on Monday. I'm kind of traumatized over what happened. We will have to talk it over. Some of the leaders, we will discuss it and see how we want to handle it from this point on. But if not, I'll be on Mondays doing Facebook Live. I am on this Saturday is one of my favorite topics. We are talking detoxes. We are talking liver detox, colon detox, kidney detox, blood detox, like the whole kit and the boodle. How you start, what you do first. It is a powerful, powerful class. I really, a big part of my weight loss, I know, is because I learned how to start detoxing and getting rid of the stuff that was there from even when I was a little kid. So anyways, that is what we're doing this Saturday, and it will be at 1 o'clock right here on my Facebook Live. The recording will be made available as always. All right, guys, love you much. We will chat.